Welcome back to Hannity. So Hillary Clinton is all set to testify tomorrow in front of the House Benghazi Select Committee. So what can we expect to hear, and how will she explain her actions? Here with Analyst, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, good to see you.
Thank you.
Let's go to the only 27% of Americans are satisfied, if you look at this poll, NBC News, Wall Street Journal, with her answers. Here are the three issues we got to maintain, which also opened up the email issue. Before we know for a fact Ambassador Stevens requested security because of the deteriorating situation,
right.
He was denied. During, I've interviewed a number of the guys at the annex. They all said the same thing. They were told to stand down. Instead of going to help and save, they defied that order. They saved lives. Afterwards, we now know they knew within minutes that it was a terror attack. But they went on with this narrative about a YouTube video,
right.
and this being a spontaneous demonstration. What are you looking for in the hearings?
I am looking for Mrs. Clinton to acknowledge that she has held back information or to profess an ignorance of facts that we know she knows about. I am looking for her to say things which will help the FBI put together the puzzle of whether or not she committed espionage by failing to protect and preserve national security secrets, destruction of government property by attempting to destroy emails, obstruction of justice by attempting to destroy emails, and perjury by swearing under oath that she submitted all of the emails that she had, and we know she didn't.
Let's work our way up to that point in just a second. Before security denied, during security withheld, after a lie told. All right, on all of those issues,
right?
Okay, she didn't tell the truth.
She not only didn't tell the truth, but the areas of the most crucial times with respect to Benghazi are where no emails were surrendered.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that interesting? 2.5 months of no emails from right after Benghazi, which is September 12th, going up nearly to Thanksgiving of that year.
All right. Now, this investigation then opened up the fact that they discovered she had a private email, which led to the server,
right,
which is in a bathroom of a mom and pop shop. That, since we now discovered the Russians tried to hack in 5 times, the Germans, the Chinese, maybe even the Iranians when all is said and done. My sources are telling me the FBI is likely going to get the 33,000 deleted emails legally. If it's not about yoga, a wedding, a funeral, and conversations with Bill, who doesn't email, this is what she said they were about.
Right.
And she went email by email and destroyed them, and they're about Benghazi, or they're about the Clinton Foundation, or they have classified information on them. That means she is in real legal jeopardy and a potential criminal trial.
Absolutely. There is nothing that will frustrate the FBI more than obstruction of justice, particularly by a lawyer, particularly by a high-ranking lawyer in the government who knows what the law is and who has been briefed on what she can do and what she can't do. I told you they're looking for perjury and they're looking for espionage and they're looking for destruction of property. But the thing that will goad them the most is obstruction of justice, frustrating their job by attempting to destroy evidence, which we now believe her attempts were unsuccessful.
My sources tell me, and every IT expert tells me, that as she deleted the email, she really believed they were deleted. As she wiped the server clean, they never thought computer forensics would allow them to ever find them again. If they find them, and we find that, in fact, she did have classified information there. I have a list of 15 statutes, actually 16 now, that Rudy Giuliani thinks that ought to be investigated. That's up on the screen as we talk. Many of the things you talked about, the Espionage Act, USC 793, for example, but also obstruction of justice, attempted conspiracy. If they find emails, what are the odds they're going to find this?
Oh, well, Sean, I think they've already found emails like Ambassador Stevens' itinerary as he's traveling around Libya. How could she say that's not top secret? The name of a CIA officer operating under deep cover. Satellite photographs from American satellites of military
and nuclear sites.
Correct. Yeah. Intercepts of foreign agents in the Middle East of telephone calls and emails. There is no conceivable way that she could credibly say, I didn't know that was classified.
Do you think there's a prima facie case against her now?
I absolutely do. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. Her legal situation is somewhere between grave and worse than grave. Now, we might not learn about that tomorrow because they might not ask the questions as a skilled cross-examiner would ask. They might ask the questions as a politician asks.
Here then is my question. Let's say Comey's the straight shooter people say he is.
I believe he is.
Okay, but I'm a little...
You're talking about the director of the FBI.
Yeah, director of the FBI. But he did also allow Fitzgerald to go after Scooter Libby. I have real problems when they knew Richard Armitage was the leaker from the get-go. I have a big problem.
I share that problem.
Okay. So let's say they find this evidence. Let's say that the case is well beyond that which people have gotten prosecuted for in this administration,
right.
David Petraeus, that we're talking about real felonies here.
Right.
Let's say Loretta Lynch doesn't want to bring forward a grand jury or indict.
You will see either the threat to resign or real resignation from the most senior members of the FBI.
You believe that?
I do. I also believe that you'll see this stuff leaked.
And in other words, the case will be brought to the American public.
Correct.
And the American public will know there's a double standard.
And the case will be so damning, the political effect will be the same as if they had sought and obtained an indictment.
Wow. Wow. Powerful indictment by you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.